Welcome back to part 2 of our Eternal Weekend coverage, where I interviewed some of the top 8 for Eternal Weekend's 2022 Legacy Championships, where I interviewed this time Robert Hayes. Also remember, we still have our Eternal Weekend sub-drive giveaway, so just remember, click our link tree, follow our Facebook, YouTube, and our Discord, and leave a comment in our Discord to get your chance to get a free prize. Sweet. Welcome to the Alpha Nerd Podcast. I'm your main host, Kyle, right now interviewing Robert Hayes, one of the top 8 for the Eternal Weekend 2022. How's it going, man?
Going well. Yeah, going well. Very well.
Yeah. So how's it feel to be back in a giant room playing Legacy with everybody after the pandemic?
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Oh, I tried playing the Eternal Weekend when they did the only online, and I did horrible.
Yeah.
It was bad time. I need to be in.
I don't play online at all, really. Like
I tried it because I got loaned the deck, whatever deck I wanted to play, and it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel good at all. I like seeing the person, be able to read the person. Like, technical aspects are fine, but also MTGO is a pain in the ass.
I played a lot during the pandemic, during the lockdowns, and like I was missing trigger. Like, I was skipping through my turn because I'm impatient. So I was like F6 on their turn, and then like I didn't know if it would take, so I'd do it again, and then it was my turn, and I like skipped through my turn, and then when I started playing in paper again, by the time I got used to that, I was like missing triggers in paper, and it was just, I'm like, I just can't do it.
Well, you're not missing off of them this weekend.
No.
Yeah, you're on point.
Yeah.
So what deck did you start to play?
Mono white initiative. Yeah.
The new hotness right now.
The new hotness.
Yeah, I very underestimated the power of it. Like, when my buddy's like, "Hey, this new white initiative list," it's like, it's just like D&T. No,
nope.
I was fucking.
It's
wrong.
like D&T that can draw cards and kill you on turn 3.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Like, I knew it was powerful. I was like, all right, I kind of got the concept. Yeah, and then I watched it being played, and I got it played against me on round 5, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It put it to me sideways.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass. So, like, tell us more about this deck and how's it feel. And
it's incredible. Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. I obviously think there is a lot of room for the format to adapt to the deck. I think that it's new enough that people just haven't given it the respect that it deserves. But after this weekend, they're either going to be calling for bans or they're going to be forced to adapt their decks to be able to handle the deck. And there's tech out there, there's technology that exists to be able to play against the deck. I lost.
This is the last chance to register for the Hopper Challenge.
Cards
if you'd
like
like to play
Terminus
the
are
Hopper
obviously very
Challenge,
good.
please come
Flash
to the side of
creatures
that
are very
stage.
good. Things that make tokens on their turn, that way you can try to take back the initiative, are good because they only have so much removal. But I mean, there are ways to help against the deck, but I think that the deck is very strong. If you're unprepared for it, you're just going to lose.
yeah, and I was unprepared for it. I lost game 1, just saw how fast it came out the gate, so then I was like, all right, I kept a hand that had Purple Orb and Wasteland, and I wasted their turn 2 land, and they were just down to nothing. And then I Torpor Orb, feeling good about myself. I was like, pass. He's like, okay, at the end of turn, I'm going to pitch 3 cards and invoke 3 in Solitudes.
Yeah.
I was like, get fucked.
Yep. Yeah, and then they just like touch the Spirit Realm, your Torpor Orb, and you lose the game. Like,
yeah. Oh, he didn't bother. He was just like, I'm just going to keep playing Solitudes and everything off there. I was like, all right, get fucked.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and take this.
Yeah.
I was just really surprised on how strong the deck is. Like, I'm really rusty, so that's on top of it. And I'm playing 4-color control, which seems like it has a hard time with that just because of the low creature count.
Yeah.
But I can see where it does, where 4-color control has some advantages. It's just the problem is, I think the biggest issue right now is once you're on the board, you're on the board.
Yep.
You need to do something about it.
You got to get it off. You got to get it out of there.
So, like you said, at some point, I don't know if this deck's gonna warp the format, but like you said, there's
shaking it up.
Yeah, there's got to be people are gonna have to adapt.
The Delver players don't like it.
Oh hell,
they don't want their deck touched. They want something else taking down their spot, and it makes me really happy.
Good. Like what are some of your matchups that you feel you have good, and what are ones you feel not as good?
So I tested a lot against Delver.
Mm-hmm.
I've played against it 0 times today.
Yeah, I haven't seen it at all.
I've played against Sneak and Show twice. I played against Ant. I played against Reduke on Elves. I played against Enchantress. Like, it was all combo decks for me. And then I played the Mirror twice and a control deck once, and I lost the control deck. And it definitely feels like in its current state, the deck doesn't lose to other decks, it loses to itself. So, like, Flood is not necessarily a problem. Like, it happened to me one game, maybe. But the game that it happened, I lost. Like, they just stuck a creature, got the initiative, and I couldn't draw anything to take it back, and I just lost the game because the initiative is just so powerful. Like, if you have it, you're gaining so much advantage, and that's why these, like, 3-mana 3/3s are so good, because they take the initiative, and it's not the creature that's good, it's the dungeon that's good.
Yes.
The 3/4 is insane.
Yeah.
The Dungeoneer is insane. Getting pro creatures and exploring and all that nonsense, like, that card's disgusting.
Yeah,
But,
it's like I was thinking about how well that deck plays. Like you said, it is disgusting. It's very
yeah.
And I was talking to Hank about it, and he goes, yeah, it's like it solves a lot of problems that like D&T has. It doesn't have the draw, it doesn't have the mana fixing, it doesn't have the clock, and this solved all that problem. Just having the dungeon to do it all for you. Like, you don't have to cast anything, so you don't have to worry about forces or counter plays. You're just like, sit here and let the dungeon do the work while you just keep bashing in.
Yep, you just like Cavern on human and resolve your guy and then figure it out.
Yeah, off to the races.
Off to the races.
So,
Let the Swords and Solitudes do the work.
Yeah, so when did you start playing Magic? Like, is this...
I've been playing since about 2007, 2006. So I've been playing for a long time.
I started in Prophecy. Then my first ever pre-release was Invasion. And I remember and then Onslaught, I was like, these fetch lands are stupid. And it was like, when you live them young days, I was like, these are stupid. They're just bullshit. Pay one life? Fuck this. And then I was like, oh shit. When I hit the competitive scene, I was like...
Yeah. I remember trading away my first fetch land because I didn't know what it was. It was in my binder, and I traded it for, like, some stupid... I don't even remember what I got.
Yeah, like, the sweet dragon or something like that. Yeah, trust me, I remember those days. I remember looking at a Scryed. I had a Scryed sitting around... Underground Sea, 21 and 10 cents. I was like, ugh. Game's come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm glad to see you made top 8. I watched some of your matches. Like, how do you feel, like, with some of the stuff coming up with the top 8? Like,
I don't know who my opponents or what they're playing. I am generally a very laid-back person, so I try not to put a lot of stress and pressure on myself going into these things. I just trust my skill, and I know my deck very well, and I know what hurts my deck very well, so I just kind of take it in stride. So, I mean, I get to play all throughout top 8, which is a very good thing for this deck. They have to mulligan to Force of Will, right, if they're a Force of Will deck, and if I have Cavern, then it's kind of a game, but yeah, it's I feel good about the top 8. I feel good about the deck, regardless of how I finish. I had a great weekend. I had a great time. This was a fantastic event. So
yeah, I'm really glad we were talking about how good it felt for this to be back in Philly. I'm so happy for it to be back in Philly and at the convention center.
Yeah,
I love this convention center. That means there's so much to do around here, and it's just so much easier access than that casino. That casino is great and all. Like, the space they have is amazing. Like, it's nice, wide open. They've done well with it, but I've always liked here. I walk outside, Reading Terminal Station. 2 blocks down, Chinatown. Here, there. So not only, like, you're not just driving to get food, but everything's just right there. So then you can just, like, I can be at that hall all day without being uncomfortable.
Yep.
So,
for sure.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck in your top 8, man.
Appreciate it.
Hope to see you make it through the top.
Me too.